My name is Charlie Staley. I work at the American Indian Center, and we have a Tipi demonstration. We're going to put a Tipi up real quick, the easy way. These are my assistants.
I'm Andy. I work with the Native Elder Support Team at the center.
I'm Misko, give me one. I work in the clan office.
Here we have our setup. This is the this is how we arrange our tripod. So we're going to use your left arm close to your heart, and there's the east, that direction. So the door pole is this way, and it's one on top of two. So these are the north and south poles. So if you ever forget, it's this way, and then your arm shows you where the other two go this way. So we're going to tie the knot now. Would you like to pick it up? Hold it up. You're going to come in close. We'll show you how we tie this together. Okay, let's go. So sometimes I don't give it enough slack, but we're going to give it a bunch today. So just come down. We're going to tie a simple knot around this pole. So what happens is they like to slide, but we're not going to let them. We tie it right here. Okay, so we're just going back and doing the same thing. Tie your knot so it won't slide. You go under and over, and this doesn't have to be tight, because when we spread the poles apart and make the tripod, it'll tighten itself. And usually you'll hear a creaking sound, so that it tightens itself. Down underneath, we just tie a good square knot. Under here, we just tie it real good here. And this knot should be firm, but not really tight here. Okay, we want to step back. Let's go, and we're gonna set this tripod up. Go a little farther back. Okay, good. Wait for the pole. Okay, ready? Just let it do it. Let it stand up. Okay, standing up on its two legs. We're going to take this outside pole only, and bring it around. And then here we got three legs. And the beauty about a Tipi is like, oh, okay, we can just put it wherever we want, right? You look at the ground, it should be nice and level, and not no big dips in the ground. So then you just kind of can put it where you want. Okay, here, this rope is the center. Shows me where the middle of the Tipi is. Need that stake there? Thanks, Cindy. You're right on top of it. That's good. So we put the stake. This is the middle. Straight up and down. And the Indians, they use geometry, but without a measuring stick. They use their eyeballs. And the wisdom of our ancestors is pretty amazing. Without measuring and using so much as like inches and yards and things like that. They just figured out how to do things. So that first, the Tipi's not an automatic circle. It's more like a egg. It's kind of like an oval. So in the back, the back is up straighter, and it's against the wind. So then this bark is going to be shorter where this pole goes. So both the back ones, they're shorter distance. And you can use the rope to find the middle, and then they should be equal. So looks pretty good to me. One more little quick measure. There you go. It's going to be just right. So when you get your Tipi out of the box, you start putting it up, and then you make yourself a measuring rope. So the base of the Tipi tripod holds the whole thing up. So what you want to do is you have a good base, and then it turns out right every time. Okay, this first pole will make the door. So of course the door is in the east. The first pole makes the door. Stand it up, and then put the end where you want. In front of the Tipi there's a V. So the first pole makes the door, and all the front poles go in this V. Behind them with yours. We'll take that one. Okay, so then we kind of work our way around. There's three on this side, in between the tripod. There'll be three over here. Right there is good. Just bring it in a little bit so we can get the cover. And over here, so we just continue onward. And then the poles, they stack. So they're stacking on one on top of each other. So it creates a spiral, and then it helps keep the rain out. Those poles are closed in the front, the rain just doesn't come pouring in. Even though there's a hole there, there's holes in the way. The water runs down the poles on the outside. Next. We're almost done.
In this one?
Yeah, right there. They stack, remember? One on top of the other.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Andy. So we're done in the front. There's 6 poles. 6 poles. With these poles. The door poles. There you go. Help yourself. On this side. And then on the back, it makes an X. You look up there, there's a spot for it. Yep, right there. And there's a spot on the other side. It makes an X.
In there.
Right on top of the last pole. Nope. Where it's last pole. On top. There you go. Right there. So maybe just a little bit. So you can see the X. So now we got to tie it up. Going out by a tripod pole. I would like to go.
Just around?
Around. So usually the way of the natural way of the earth, following the sun, is to the clock. I'm gonna try to pull it over. Pull hard. Can't pull it over. Go ahead. That looks like 4. Okay, pull it. What they do is here. There you go. Down. They usually do. I'll tie it here for everyday purposes. It'll be just tied to the tripod because it doesn't move. But if you get a windy day or stormy, and you'll put a stake in the ground, a big one, and you'll tie it down to the ground, and it pulls from the top. See, it's pulling from up there, so it's less likely to take off on you. But any storm, you should be home. You know, maybe keep an eye on your lodge. So that's the framework. Here we have the cover. I'm gonna just put the cover in right, the last 2 poles where we made the X. And you get the hole that's marked by the L. It's fine. Wait, Andy. Okay, here we have a rope measured where we know where it ties on. This is already pre-done, predetermined from experience, trial and error putting it up. So we know it ties on right here. We're just going to lace it around. And when you lace over this fabric, you can't really slide. Plus there's a rope here that stops sliding. Okay. Your foot on there. All the weight's going to transfer to from this side to that pole, and don't get your toes underneath there. And you just put your foot on top. Where your toe was? Okay, there you go. You don't have to touch it. I got it. I'm just going to push it, stand it up. And then it goes on top of the last 2 poles. And we'll take that side. And we'll take this side, meet him in the front. Looks pretty good. Almost good. Keep saying that. Okay, we're going to need those sticks, and we're going to need sticks. They're all in the bag. This is your, you can adjust your flaps when it's windy. You can catch the breeze and, pull the air through. And pull the smoke out. So I'm just going to tie it here. Usually try to do a bow tie so you can undo it easy. There you go. One stick. Okay, so there's 2 holes. There's 2 holes in this, and this is a lacing pin, so you lace it up. So you go in these 2 holes, and then on the other side, out 2 holes. So there you have it. You just overlap these 2 holes, and then you go in and out. Good? Okay. On the door, put the door on there, and then you go through 3, in 3 holes, and out 3 holes. Maybe hold it on there. Then we can lace up the bottom. Go and do the bottom. And then we'll make it round, and then we stake it down and put in the flap holes. And then we'll do most, well, that's the outside, so then we're done. Do the top one first. Just easier. Difficult. You gotta spear that little pocket with this long pole. These are flat poles, and these are measured exactly to fit in the pocket and kind of close to the teepee, so they're not too far back. People trip on them. Okay. Sometimes you need another pole if it's really breezy, and sometimes you just need another pole to get it on there. Right. I usually have it the wrong way, then I'll flip it over, and then you touch it. Touch it, and then if you know, spirit's willing, it'll go right on. So yeah, it's not easy. Sometimes I think on the last try, I really had a hard time with one of them. What was the other side? But a smart guy, he's gonna put some little clips in there, and it pops open every time. Sometimes your arms will get dog tired trying to do. Okay, good. You can tap some in, and then we'll just push them in the ground because it's demonstration only. So a teepee is round on the bottom, and we'll try to get it round all the way around. Then we can just push the poles up, and then you're ready to put your rope in. The liner rope goes to each pole, ties around each pole, and then you hang your liners on there, and then they stake to the ground, so you always got fresh air coming in here, and it hits the liner and it goes out the top, and any smoke creates heat and it draws fresh air in all the time. When you space these out, it's kind of equal too. You don't tell a tripod pole or even the lift if they really don't move. Oops. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, we would tie our rope right here and go all the way around. And you loop around the pole, and then the liners go right here all the way down to the ground. And then you got home sweet home. You put your fire right here in the middle, and then the heads around the back. Oh, Andy, let's go. Big wedge.